think we're live, but not just yet. So hold on a second. Are we live? Hello? Hello? Do you guys hear me? Is it loud and clear or not loud and clear? Check the mic up a little bit. Mhm. Hold on. We're almost done. Almost done. Orale, let's go. Think. I think we're done. Okay, perfecto. Welcome back to How Can You View, everybody. I hope y'all had a great day, a great night, or a great morning, wherever the hell you are from. Today we're gonna be dissecting One Piece chapter 1173. So let's get it. Let's go. And you might find it funny, actually, because I have no beard now, so I look different. You can see that I'm a bit fat as well, so that we gotta change. Yeah. Okay, let's get it. Let's get. You can make fun of me. You can make fun of the double chin if you wanna. That'll be cool. Okay. Let's get it. Alright. Let's go. Okay, so we're gonna read the chapter once again. You guys know that I did a live reaction a couple of days ago of the chapter, and it was a pretty awesome live reaction. But we're gonna do this again because we're gonna dissect this. We're gonna kind of go over the chapter a little bit faster, okay, and kind of spot the details that we missed last time. All right, let's go. So starting off the chapter, it's like kill Ja Rule. Every Domer Reverse Giant and the normal giants are going to clash at the village, the West Village. All right. Not much to say here, other than the art style of this panel is really cool. You got the houses in the background. You got the temple looking place as well, and you got Ja Rule. And not gonna lie, I mean Ja Rule, I thought he was like the same size as the other giants, but nope, he's quite a bit bigger actually than them, or maybe it's just like perspective difference. See everybody roaring. Let's go. And he's like, yo, Dory Broggy, it's unthinkable to see you like this. Why? Come on, you gotta snap out of it. And I do think that Dory and Broggy, the original ones, the true Dory and Broggy, are still in there. It's just he maybe took out their emotions or something. I don't know. Um, what's the plan of the what's this plan of yours, Roronoa? First things first. Is it okay if I cut those guys down? Yes, as I said a lot of times, uh, Zoro does not have a plan. Okay, his only plan is to cut them down. His only plan is for agenda piece. His only plan is to be a racist motherfucker. That is the thing we know about Zoro. It's normal now, you know. Very very normal Zoro behavior. I mean, really normal. Not anything weird. Alright. Um. Uh, Hold on a sec. Yup. I'm just checking one thing, and I'll be back to reading the chapter and dissecting it. Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. Mm, yes. So continuing on, Paradine is like, where was I? Yeah, he's like, okay, is it good if I cut these guys down, right? Oh, what is going on with me? Holy crap! I'm so sorry, guys, for delay. And I say I'm sorry, guys, and nobody's even watching. It's okay. Okay, so he's like, it is, but we're up against the entire giant warrior crew. Saving Ja Rule is our top priority, but these warriors have all earned our respect. Try to spare their fucking pride at least. Says Stanson. Harudin, Stanson. They're like, oh, we've been spotted, man. Do not let them surround us. And this is one part I want to talk about a lot because I didn't really get the full thing of it last time I did the reaction. Okay, so you get these guys, they're kind of laughing at Harudin and Stanson, and then you giant warrior pirates, they're laughing at their goals, right? And they're like, hey, did you finish your quest to unite all the giants of the world? Yeah, by now they have. What do you say? Yeah, by now they have to know that it's never going to happen. Yeah, yeah, ha, ha. They're like, they snap. The literal thing on our sound effect or whatever is snap. Okay, they snap. They're freaking uh, outraged. Okay, and they get going for it. So I don't know why, and I can't even speak. I don't know why I can't speak because I'm not even tired. Um, Whatever. Okay, so they said go for it, Roronoa. Okay, and Roronoa. I don't. I'm. What is going on? Maybe it's the beard. Maybe it's the beard. I think it's the beard. Okay. He's like, okay, brothers, I got you. Roronoa leaps above them, goes and does his plan. From his only plan was attacking from above. Okay, that's the only thing. He kind of like leaps on everybody's head, which is we kind of expected this, and goes for resource style secret technique crossing of the six paths. Now, Zoro's secret techniques are based off of the names of them are based off of Buddhist mythology, right? Buddhism, right? And so these secret techniques are kind of revealing to the world that or in our real world it means like he's crossing to the other side, right? That's what it kind of means, bro. I'm doing this off the of memory. I can't. If you want, guys, I can search it up. Let me yeah. Let us be correct. Um, yeah, it says here in Buddhism, the six paths or six realms refer to Rodoku Rine, the cycle of birth and death. Okay, driven by karma, where beings reincarnated as gods, demigods, humans, animals, hungry or like hungry ghosts or hell beings, cross or escaping these realms requires overcoming desires and ignorance to reach enlightenment, right? So this is what it refers to. And how I kind of see it is like these guys are from another world already because they're not themselves. Imu turned them into these evil beings by having kind of their soul go into hell and have their hellish soul version of them existing in our real world. I don't know if that even makes sense, but that's how I see it. All right. So he does the crossing of the six paths. A lot of giants, yeah, a lot of giants get whooped by Zoro right here. Then Dory and Broggy jump in. Okay, so it's kind of like in the middle of them, but not actually on the ground. He's up in the air still. I don't know. Zoro's flying for quite a bit, and then he's like, Dory, Broggy. This is kind of what the people was going to say. Zoro's plan is to make Dory and Broggy fight each other. It's not depicted greatly by Oda in the sense that he could have drawn this a lot better. All right, see Zoro going like Dory and Broggy, and he did his kind of best to to make them attack him, and he's kind of deflecting it away with his two swords. Okay, and he actually made them not only cut their freaking not only cut their freaking shields, but actually cut themselves as well. You kind of see it in the big panel as well. But I still think that Ola could have drawn this a lot better, right? Yes, and then when you cut to the most intriguing part of the entire chapter, the best part, in my opinion, of the entire chapter, that is Gunko and Brook. Now, originally, we thought that Gunko was going to be. Yo, what a cut, man. Yeah, thank you, bro. How you doing? So, originally, we thought Gunko would be Brook's child, or at least Brook's friend's child. Okay, because when we see the little small mini flashback in before we began the whole Gold Valley thing, we saw that Gunko was kind of running away from Brook and saying daddy or something like that. I don't exactly know. I think she said, yeah, father or something. I don't know if she was running away or towards him. I don't quite remember the panel. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Thanks for the compliment, bro. Really. Yeah, I thought I wanted to change, and now I just look more fat, so I gotta train. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Um. Yeah. Where were I? I think I was. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. I was thinking about Gunko and Brook. Change look good. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I wanted to keep a little bit of the mustache, because otherwise I would just look like a baby. Um, you see, the beard is not totally gone. But yeah, we keep moving. Maybe I should have the mustache. I cut it a bit as well. Maybe I should have let it be a little bit thicker. Uh, but yeah, it's I wanted a change a little bit. And the beard was kind of getting to me. Not gonna lie. It was too long. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah. So one thing here is that Brooke kind of escaped. How is Brooke moving? Because he's all tied up by these arrows, right? You saw the other Straw Hats when they were tied up by the arrows. They could not move. Is Brooke using his mouth to freaking move, or how is he doing this? All right, we don't quite know. Maybe, maybe Gunko didn't give Brooke the limitations that the other Straw Hats had with her powers, because she kind of felt like she knew him or something, or yeah, because we know that her memories are not back, but they're kind of back now. Okay, so before her memories were kind of vague and foggy, now they are back because I think it's because he literally calls her by a name. Maybe this is her name, or maybe this is her mother's name. All right, Princess Shuri. Now, Gunko looks wise. Okay, Gunko does not look old at all. Right? She looks like, I don't know, 25, 30 years old girl, right? And and Brooke says that about her as well. He's like, how is this possible? He's certain, Brooke is certain that this is impossible, right? That how could this be? She would have been 80 by now. But he says still it's hard to deny because you're the spitting image of her. Now, uh, Imu, we know has the power to make people immortal, right? Because we have seen that with the Gorosei, they don't freaking age. We saw a flashback of the Gorosei of Saturn, and like 200 years ago, it looks exactly the same. All right, and I'm guessing that these guys are actually from the Void Century, uh, but that's a different topic. Um, but we know if emo takes over your body, you kind of don't age. You stay at the same age that you are for your entire life. Okay? So that could be the case. Or it could be also the case that this is not Princess Shuri that Brooke was talking about. Maybe it's her daughter. I kind of doubt that, but it's a possibility. It's a real possibility. Now, I don't see it being such a I don't see it being such an important piece of the arc if Gunko is actually the person that Brooks knows his daughter, right? I don't see clearly here. Clearly, Gunko is Princess Shuri, but she does not have her memories, and she hasn't aged for quite a bit since she's involved with Emo. I don't know if he messed with her memories. Uh, yeah, we'll continue a little bit on this same topic. She started having realizations And she started having the memories coming back to her after he says Princess Shuri. He repeatedly says Princess Shuri, Princess Shuri. Even if you're not, even if you aren't the princess, surely you must be of her blood. And so, okay, I'm not gonna get into that right now. I'm just gonna continue a little bit. If the princess were alive today, she would be nearing 80 by now, of course. She wouldn't recognize me, given how much I've changed, he says. There is nothing that is weird about this. Of course, Brooke lived a long time ago. He's probably somewhere 100 years old or something. He's not 80. He's not 80 because at that time he was like, I don't know, 20, 30 maybe. So Brooke is an old fella. I think he's older than Dr. Kureha even, which says a lot because Dr. Kureha is probably like, I think Dr. Kureha is 130 years old. I think Brooke is even older than that, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, and so she would be. He said she would be nearing 80 by now, but she does not look that. And yeah, of course, she wouldn't recognize Brooke, but she actually did. She actually recognized Brooke, and that's why she went a little bit harder on him. She went a little bit harder on him, maybe because she didn't know why. There was something in her that told her they are connected. And that is before we got the entire God Valley backstory. That's before the entire thing. She kind of shut his mouth even. If if I remember the chapter correctly, I could go back to it. Hold on. It's quite a long time ago. But let me try to find the chapter that I'm talking about, right? This is kind of not it. Oh no, this is really. Hold on. No, I went back too far. Let's not go back too far. Let's go maybe a chapter 1145. Could be this. This where they find Loki. Stuff with Saul. Yeah, I think in the coming chapters, yeah. Yeah. In the coming chapters, where the children were walking and Gunko confronted the Straw Hats. In the first panel that Brooke sees Gunko, he has a question mark above his head. It doesn't say anything. Literally. Literally does not say anything. He just has a question mark above his head. One of the human intruders? Who's the cuddle guard? Blah, blah, blah. And she says, "You dare call me human?" Continuing on, they attack. They keep attacking. And it's because she said that she's a god, right? Yeah, okay. Now I remember. So she said that we will take the children back to the Holy Land. And they're like, oh, she's from the Holy Land of Marishwa. Now, Jinbei asks if she is with the Holy Knights. This is chapter 1146. Yeah, chapter 1146. Jinbei asks if she is with the Holy Knights. No. Jinbei asks if she's a celestial dragon. Hello. But she's not. She's not a celestial dragon. Okay? And Brooke was the one. How didn't I realize this back in the day? Back in the day. It was last year. But how the hell didn't I realize that? Or maybe I did actually. But he says, I suspect is something above that. The Holy Knights, he says. Clearly, Brooke had a connection to them. Otherwise, none of the Straw Hats should even know about these guys. We do know about the Gorosei, but these guys, we never had any encounters with them, never had somebody talking about them or something. Okay? Says the Holy Knights, they continue the fight here. I remember this quite clearly. Yeah. And we don't even see Brooke. Yeah, we don't see Brooke in a while, actually. Oh, yeah, a little bit. She kind of goes in on Brooke and Jinbei. And she one-shots everybody. Yes. And she holds the entire Straw Hats together, right? With her arrows. She captured them. But she goes in on Brooke a little bit extra, just like I said. This is chapter 1147. And she's going in. They're already captured. I mean, the Straw Hats are done. But she's going in extra on Brooke. She's not going on Robin. Robin's not there. Robin will be coming soon. But she's going a little bit extra on Brooke. She's kind of standing on him. I want to write you. I want you, she says to him, I want you to write songs for me for the rest of your life. You're going to be my slave, he says. She says. And then Nami was like, okay, so she knows about Brooke's music. How? And also was like, a celestial dragon is a fan of the Soul King. And also Brooks having a great moment here. He's like, I would rather die than live without honor. And boom, gets kicked. She kicked the shit out of him, man. And she went hard on Brooke. This before she had the memories. One thing she could not deny, and one thing she could not stop, even though she didn't have her memories. This is what I'm saying. The one thing that Gunko could not stop. How should I put this? Maybe my bro can put it into a short. The one thing that Gunko could not stop is her affection or her connection with Brooke. And what I say about that is that she could not stop herself. And what I have to And what I have to say about that is that she could not stop herself from liking his music, even though her memories was gone. she did not know about her past with Brooke at this point in time. And I'm talking specifically about chapter 1147. She did not know anything about him, but she listens to his music and she wanted to make him her slave and continuously make music for her. Okay? That is the connection. She could not, she just could not break between her and Brooke. Before Brooke realized who she was and before she realized who she was. Okay, let's continue. I don't think we see Brooke here again. No, this is all. This is the fight with Robin and Saint Summers. Oh, we see Brooke in chapter 1148 again with his entire body covered up and his mouth as well. So, like I said, she went real hard on him. What's up, Mujda? What's up, Mujo? Say hello to Mujo. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Oh, the phone. Glad to see you're back, bro. Glad to see you're back. Where were you on the last live, though? You weren't there. We had like 100 viewers. I should stream more on the phone, actually. Because on the phone, it's a lot of people coming in. A lot of people coming in when I stream from the phone, actually. All right. Stream late? Did I stream late? Did I? Huh. I don't think so, though. But then again, I don't know your time zone. So yeah, let me continue here. And then the next time we see Brooke, his entire face is covered up in Gunko's arrows. This is chapter 1148. Oh yeah, India. Okay, I got that. Gotcha, man. Gotcha. So I think it's like 5 hours difference. Maybe. What time is it at yours right now? And then when we cut to this chapter once again, because last chapter 1172, Jinbei said that Brooke went off. Okay, so he could actually move. 8. What do you mean 8:33 though? Bro, the minutes cannot be different. Really, bro, really. What do you mean 8:33? I think you now you're maybe joking or your clock is going really wrong, bro. It is 4, okay? The minute is 4 or 5, not 33. The minutes are intact, okay? It's the hours that are the difference. 8:33 said. That's funny. Brooke is actually like crawling by making his body bigger and smaller, bigger and smaller. He's crawling with his freaking face. Okay, trying to go to Gunko. And when he meets her, we have this, oh, Princess Shuri, blah blah blah. The spitting image of her, every detail is a perfect match. Now, for the other thing that is very, very, that explains a lot why Brooke did not realize that she was Princess Shuri from the very beginning. This explains a lot. Okay, so let me make this. Maybe this could be a short as well. So the reason, this is the reason This is the reason why Brook did not realize that Gunko was Princess Shuri from the very beginning, from the first time he saw her on elbaf. If you're not caught up to chapter 1173 of One Piece, save this video for later. Go ahead and read the chapter and come back. Give me a like and a follow, and let me cook right now. This is Haki Review. This is my usual Instagram thing. Now you can cut it up, bro. The reason is because Brook did not want to think about Princess Shuri. He kind of erased her from his memories because she did a terrible thing to him and his best friend at the time, I think. She said, or Brook says, I had hoped to go the rest of my life without having to ever think about her again. I owed everything to that man whose life you took. But she killed the person that Brook found dearing. He loved that person. Alright? He owed him a lot. And that person might have been a king. Alright? She's the princess. Or not might have been. That person was a king of a certain kingdom that had ties to the Holy Land of Marijwa. Brook is much bigger and much more in Brook is much bigger and much more deeply rooted in the story than you think. He says, my patricidal princess. Patricidal, look it up. It means that somebody, it means that the kid killed their parent, right? So the king that the princess, so the king that was ruling that kingdom was killed by the princess, or so Brook thinks. We do not know what actually transpired, and I wouldn't be surprised if we're going into a small mini flashback of Brook and Gunko and that certain kingdom, finding more about that certain kingdom. Maybe it's a distant kingdom of the Holy Land. Maybe it's far away from the main Holy Land where Imu resides. Or maybe it's like they're descendants of the celestial dragons. We do not know. The one thing that we do know is that they have a certain connection to the Holy Land. Brook says that in this chapter. Without a shadow of a doubt. Okay? Without a shadow of a doubt, Gunko and Brook, okay, are from a kingdom that has ties to the Holy Land, and this kingdom we might know, but we might not know. My theory is it's a distant land, alright, distant land on top of the red line, but not close to the actual main Marijwa where Imu and the Gorosei reside. That's my theory. Maybe it's a trash theory. You can leave it in the comments what you think. Okay? But this is my theory. Clearly, they have ties to the Holy Land. Now, if a country have ties, now let me depict this even further. If a country has ties with the Holy Land, okay, sometimes it means that it could be a country that has been to the reverie before, or it had direct ties to them. So it's like being protected by the Holy Land, by the Holy Knights, by the Gorosei as well, or it's on top of the red line as well, just like I said, and they're just, how should I say it? We know that on the red line there are a lot of celestial dragon families, right? We have Gunko's family line, we have Summers' family line, we have Killingham's, we have Shanks and Shamrock's family line. Maybe this is another family on top of the red line, but it was actually a good family. I'm spiraling, and I will get to your comment, but I just want to be in this zone, and I want to finish this. So perhaps Brooke have met the Holy Knights before. Otherwise, how did he know their name before we even met them? Basically, nobody had known about them on the Straw Hats until Brooke mentioned them. That says a lot. Okay, and so this king might have been actually from the Holy Land and came down just like Doflamingo's dad, or I don't freaking know. Like somehow he had ties. Somehow he was doing favors to the Holy Land and to the people up there, and somehow I don't know. They maybe the people from the Holy Land came down and they I don't know, bro. They came down to this fellow king that Brooke loved, okay, and they made him do something that he did not like, and then Princess Shuri uh, killed that guy. So it was a coup d'état because of the Holy Land. So the Holy Land must have. This is all headcanon. So the Holy Land must have contacted Princess Shuri, told her, or mind controlled her, or whatever, that you gotta kill the king. When she killed the king, she was promised greater things, and then they took her to the Holy Land and to Imo. Okay? Now, let me read the comments. I kind of almost got what I wanted, but then I forgot what I was gonna say, and then I started going all over the place. It's alright. Bro, if the kingdom was Ohara previously, and then it became Oha... Huh? What you mean? What you mean, Muju? I really want to know what you mean. Like, really want to know what you mean. If the kingdom of... If the kingdom was Ohara previously, and then it became Ohara later, what do you think my personal theory? Huh? I mean, I meant it wasn't Ohara previously, and then it changed to Ohara later. Oh. You mean this specific... We never actually knew if Brooke was from one of the four seas. We just knew that he was... We just thought that he was from the Grand Line, no? Hold on, let me double check this actually. Where... Which sea is Brooke from? Brooke is from the West Blue. Interesting. Did we know that? Where did they say that Brooke was from the West Blue though? Oh, that is really interesting. So you mean Ohara was a kingdom before? Nah, see, that does not make sense. No, it wouldn't make sense. I'm sorry to tell you. But it was a good shout. But I'm sorry to tell you that it does not make sense. And it's for the fact that this special kingdom with Brooke had ties to the Holy Knights and the world government and the freaking Holy Land. Okay? if they destroyed the kingdom there and then it became Ohara, it wouldn't make sense for the island to still be there, right? It would have been the same as God Valley. They would have destroyed it completely. An entire Buster Call, boom, 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 bye bye island. Okay, if it was that dangerous to them, they kind of took. If we're going off from what you're saying, they came in there, killed the king, or made the princess kill the king. I don't know what in the meantime Brooke was doing. Maybe he was on a certain mission. He came back. He's like, fuck this shit. And he went out. He got the news that she killed the Hare Father, and then he went back out to become a pirate. I guess it wouldn't make sense for scholars to come back, reside in the same place. I don't know. Maybe it was a destroyed kingdom before the scholars came. I don't know, man. It's a West Blue connection. That's for sure. But yeah, I mean, the years in between, maybe the years in between is a strong and solid. Yeah, the scholars they destroyed it, and the scholar. Yeah, exactly. That. Yeah, yeah. Sure. Yeah. Then again, why would they even let the scholars rebuild there in the first place? You get what I'm saying? Oh, it's a very interesting shout, bro. Yo, do you want? Yeah. Hmm. Give me more ideas, because this sounds like a great video. Huh. So the years in between definitely makes this a solid argument, bro. That it was maybe Ohara was a kingdom of some sorts. I don't know what kind of kingdom. They destroyed the kingdom. The thing is, why would they destroy the kingdom but not destroy the entire island? Because we've seen them time and time again. When they want to destroy something, they destroy the entire island. That's the only. That's the only thing there. Maybe they did not want to like deploy a lot of ships there or something, and they kind of just did it sneakily. Maybe. I mean, the theories, it can be insane. I think we're onto something, or you're onto something here, actually. Yeah, that shit is good, bro. Give me the credit in the video if you make it. Of course I will, bro. Yeah, but I will probably be. It will probably be a short on the Instagram. So make sure to follow me on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, for sure, 110%, I will shout you out, bro. I mean, they might not have the power to destroy the island back. I mean, for sure they did, bro. For sure they did. And I don't mean in the same type of way they destroyed Ludacia, because that had to do with the mother flame and they couldn't get a hold of the mother flame back then. They didn't have the technology, right? Because that's ancient technology that was destroyed to keep Imu in power. But they could have just sent in a lot of ships there. Or, hmm, or it had something to do. Uh, I don't know. Events of 200 years ago, maybe. Or, yeah, with the giant and everything. the giant robot. He attacked Marie-Joie. No, I think I'm jumping all over the place now. Why would they see? Why would they be weakened by then? Like at that time, you say they might have not had the power to destroy the island back then, so they might have been weakened by some sort of an attack on the Holy Land. Thing is, I don't see why the Holy Land gotta be involved if they want to destroy an island. That's it. Like the Holy Knights don't gotta be involved if an island's gotta be destroyed, right? They can just send in an admiral, vice admirals, buster call, bro. So that's the thing. That's the only thing. But it's a good shout, and I'll still make a video on it. So, bro, make sure to, if you follow me on Instagram, I will give you a shout. No, the technology might not have had what? The technology might not have had the technology back then. You mean the world government might not have had the technology back? I mean, they did have ships and they did have cannonballs. That's for sure. The admirals might have, bro. Always the admirals will be that powerful. Always, just because. I mean, people. Nah. I don't rate this. Just because Rox D. Zebek killed an admiral does not mean that every single admiral before then was not strong. That's, for me, that's complete ass. Okay, I don't think so. I think just that Rox D. Zebek was him. He killed an admiral. And he did have a lot of like scratches on him and stuff. So it was a battle, but he killed an admiral. Right? It was a hard fought battle. And he came out on top. Alright? I'm telling you for sure, the admirals were powerful back then as well. That's why they're admirals. That's their place. Emu's not gonna put somebody that is not strong on top of the world almost, bro. Nah, it won't. No. That's just not fact. And for them not having technology back then, they don't need to. They have cannonballs. They have the ships. They have the people. But there is a strong argument here that it could be Ohara. The only thing is that why wouldn't they destroy the entire island? Maybe the one thing it could be is that they had the entire or the village on the island. They had them killed or like they have them evacuate the entire place, or they took all of them to the Holy Night, to the Holy Land. That could be. That could be a possibility. I doubt it though. I really doubt that Oda is going to be connecting the Straw Hats backstories together. And this time it's going to be connecting Brook and Robin's stories together. I really doubt that. If Oda, what if Gonko did not want to destroy them? If they abduct somebody, they wouldn't listen to that person. You know what I'm saying? So they kidnap some. Like, think about it. A kidnapper, he kidnaps somebody. Would they listen to that person that they kidnapped? No, of course not. They won't. So that wouldn't make any sense. This is by far the most interesting topic of the recent chapter 1173. It's Like, yeah, we can tell that I've been talking about it for like half an hour already. I had hoped to. I had hoped I'd go the rest of my life without having to think about you again. I owe everything to the man whose life you took. That king. What ties did Brooke have to him? Probably was his bodyguard or something. But naturally, you would think that that king was a pretty good guy, because Brooke is a good guy, and he would not follow somebody that is not honorable or something like that. I think he got a lot of his personality, and yeah, I mean, sure, Brooke with the funny jokes and the panty jokes and everything, yes. But when you see deeper into his character, he's a real wise old man. And where did he get his wisdom from? Obviously, he got the wisdom from time, but his personality, I think he got it a lot from it from that king. Um, and then after, Emo starts to take control over Gunko's mind once again, and Emo tells her if her memories are beginning to return. Now that just means that Emo's powers are not totally permanent. A couple of chapters ago, we got the hint. A couple of chapters ago, we got the hint that Emu had a weakness. Okay, what that weakness was, we did not know, but he said clearly that he had weakness, and somebody could weaken him. Where he denied the Gorosei access to go back to Elbaf to search the freaking abyss circle. Okay, it's because they told him let's search it again. Maybe Harold did something weird to it, and Ian was like, no, that would just end up in the killing of another fellow Holy Knight, and essentially it would end up having consequences for Emo as well. What if the king was Brooke's father figure, like Chance? Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. It could be like that. It could be Brooke's friend that um he looked up to, just like Brooke looked up to his captain. Brooke looked up to his captain, not Luffy, but his captain on the Rumbar Pirates. Rumbar, yeah, that's their name. The captain's name, ooh, I don't remember. Uh, but he looked up to the captain. Maybe it was the same kind of situation. Um, thing is, what is interesting here is is that when Emu says, Bunko, are thy memories beginning to return? He doesn't get a full grip of her instantly. It kind of like takes a while, because immediately after that, Bunko snapped back to her senses, released Brooke, kinda, from her powers. Brooke, you have to run, she says. And Brooke is kind of confused. Because why would a person that killed that king tell him to run? He hates her, basically. Why would she help him in that sense? And that gives me the feeling that she did not kill the king of that certain kingdom, but it was somebody else, and they had Brooke thinking that it was her somehow. All right, maybe it was a rumor that was going around. Maybe before they abducted her, or I mean, after they abducted her, and Brooke came back from a mission or whatever. But I hope, I really hope it was not Gunko that was in control, like Imu was in control of Gunko that made that king die. Because that would be too repetitive, Oda. That would be too repetitive. If it would be the third time that Imu controlled somebody this arc and made them do horrible things. Same with Harold, and same with Roxy's bear. No person theory. What if Gunko knows about the truth about Emu and how bad he or she is? What do you mean? I mean, probably she does. Yeah, yeah. I mean, she kind of. I mean, obviously, bro, because she realizes that she has no power in this. Clearly, she says, "Brooke, you have to run." That means that she senses danger for Brooke, and she doesn't want him to die. Who doesn't she want him to die from? Well, of course, Imun, the Holy Knights, and the persons that she is with. So that is obvious. That Gunko knows the truth. So she set him free. And then Imu come back and took over. Gunko, thou attempts to move thine own will. You're trying to move on your own will, basically. Really? Are you really trying to do that? Are you really trying to move on your own will when I am supposed to have control? And she was going to say something very important here. Brooke, I'm exclamation mark, nothing. And she gets overtaken by Emo once again. And that's when the arrows came back and took a hold of Brooke's leg again. My leg got stuck again, he says. Why did you tell me to run? I came to settle this matter. Bro, Brooke is a goat, man. Like, yo, shout outs to Brooke, man. Shout outs to Brooke. He does not care who he's facing, whether it's Emu, whether it's Big Mom, whether it's freaking Shanks, or whether it's freaking Holy Knights, or he does not care, bro. Brooke is him, and if you have panties, you would want to look at them. No. Brooke will always try to look at your panties. Okay, that's the Brooke thing. I'm not shouting that out. I'm shouting out the monster himself, Brooke, because he clearly, even though he's a skeleton, has a lot of balls to go up against the freaking ruler of the world, and he does not care. Who the freaking are you? Princess Shuri, you killed my king? I'm here to settle the matter, man. I'm here to fuck you up, even though I'm kind of fucked up right now because I'm tied down. But you released me, so that's good. And then you took a hold of my leg. But then the attack, bro. This is the first time. The first time the Straw Hats clash with Emu and the Holy Knights. And the first person to clash with the freaking ruler of the world. I don't care if it's Gunko's body. This is the first time a person on the Straw Hats crew have clashed with Emu, the ruler of the world himself, and it's freaking Brooke. So do not sleep on the Straw Hats, and do not, especially not, sleep on Brooke. Do not sleep on Brooke. Because he will give it He will give it his all, bro. Do you remember his line against Big Mom? A person that he had no business dealing with. No business at all, bro. He got squished. He still was holding up that sword against her. And he was like, who the fuck do you think you are, young lady? Bro, Brooke's got some balls, man. Shout out Brooke, man. Coming from Oda, I don't think he's going to reveal anything about this in the next chapter. Coming from Oda? What, you mean you called him? Or what? um... Yeah, I mean... He might, actually. Because we're kind of... If you notice the pacing, we're kind of... In just 3 chapters, we got back from the backstory. The guys got up in the elevator back to the stone world. Everybody started going their way. And this chapter, everybody is facing off against everybody. Robin, not Robin. What am I saying? Zoro and Haruhi and Stanson, they're facing off against the Giants and Ja Rule and everybody. Okay, Ja Rule they're trying to defend Ja Rule. Brook is clashing with freaking Gunko Imo. Okay, out of nowhere. And we're coming to this part as well. Sanji is coming to their aid, to the Straw Hats' aid. We don't see Sanji. We just hear the classic nice one. Normal. It's normal for Sanji to be this far because he's one of the fastest Straw Hats. So it makes a lot of sense. One thing is certain. One thing in all of this that is very, very weird. And it's the mention of Angie. Or Ange. The freaking teacher. Why does Oda keep... I remember in last chapter as well. Why does Oda keep, like, reminding us that she's there? I mean, nobody cares really about Ange. She's never going to make it and to save the kids. She's never going to make it to save the kids. I mean, in fact, the other people will make it. Where is Ange going? And why does Oda specifically show us her in tiny bits of these chapters? Doesn't Oda, you will make it into a bleak plot point. Trust me. The thing with Ange? Maybe. Perhaps. I don't know if she's gonna be a traitor or something. Wouldn't quite make sense if she was the one betraying. But you know Oda, like, he would know a way to make her be evil. And then, yeah, then we cut away. The straw. Oh, I just forgot to mention that the Straw Hats, they're free because they managed in that slight moment that Gunko released her powers. They managed to escape. Aside from Robin, because Robin, it's so much powers that got her, and that actually makes me pretty annoyed because I want to see more of Robin in action. Actually, because when she went up against Summers in chapter like 1146 or 47, she was the most badass freaking girl on the One Piece world. She could know the Void Century, how to read the poneglyphs. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, you mean Ange? Oh. She okay? Okay. Let's say she could know about the Void Century, and she could read the poneglyphs. Okay, and so. Mm, You mean that she have read the books of Ohara? Maybe. I mean, that would make sense, actually. Huh. So she's telling me Ange knows everything about everything? She read all the books from Ohara. That would make sense. She is a teacher. But that doesn't explain where she's going right now. And that doesn't explain why Oda is keeping her in our mind. Interesting. And then the rest of the chapter is pretty self-explanatory, actually. Uh, you can see Gabon's and Ripley's personality inside Colin, because he's kind of being the leader of these children, even though he's kind of powerless. But he's sticking up. He's sticking up for his friends against the bad guy. He's kind of staring him down. He's kind of talking trash to him, trying to buy some form of time, trying to do something. I dare you to face us like a real warrior, he says, because the pride of a warrior is there because of Gabon and his mother. And so Nika comes down on these giants that are going to make it to save the children, the Nightmare Nika. And somebody says, oh, the children say that this is the god of destruction. They clearly have not seen Luffy, because I would say when this will be a realization for the children. One Luffy actually comes up, and you see the white form, the warrior of liberation. They would know that he's the warrior of liberation, the god of liberation, the god of the sun, and not the god of destruction. Their perception of Nika will change. That's, I think, what we're heading to. And we see here also the giants fighting off against, like, Ripley and the other giants fighting off against this nightmare Nika. Children scared for their mothers, scared for everyone, but the parents, they say, like, children, we know that you did not do any warrior training or whatever, but we come from a generation of warriors. Do not underestimate us just because we haven't fought for a while. Okay, we are really strong. And they went ham against that Nika. Then they say as well that, like, we gotta do something because we won't make it. Oh no, it's the other giants. They say we gotta do something because they won't make it, because they did. The other giants did not just, like, one shot Nika. They're going, like, toe to toe with it, right? These giant monsters. What I like about them is they not just getting one shot right off the bat. They keep coming, and they're quite strong, which is respectable. We didn't want just, like, one shot and that's it. No, we want them to be a force to be reckoned with, and that's what I like. And so the new giant warrior pirates, we have Gerd, Rodo, and oh my goodness, ain't no way, bro. Holy crap. This is not Stanson. Oh my goodness, no. Hold on, let me see the. Oh my god, what's his name? How did I forget his name? No. Goldberg. Sorry for that. So we see Goldberg, Rodo, and Gerd. saying that they won't make it in time. They have to do something fast. And then they charge up the freaking attack that is widely known to be to come from elbaf. This is the same attack that Dory and Brog used back in the freaking day on Little Garden, where they channel up their freaking weapons and they smash through something. This is the same attack, Pakuku sovereignty, or yeah, Gokuku sovereignty this time, because it's actually 3 generals that are doing the attack. It's Jared, it's Rodo, and Goldberg. Usually we've seen it with only 2 persons. Dorian Broggy 2 times. One time in Little Garden back in the day, and the other time is versus Eustace Captain Shit, and when they destroyed his ship. And the other time we've seen it is with actually Big Mom and Kaido, which was back in the day depicted to be, back in the Wano days, depicted to be one of the most powerful attacks in the entire series, and it still is. This right here, Gokuku Sovereignty, is an incredibly powerful attack as well, which destroyed and made a hole through the Nightmare Nika, made it fall on top of the freaking ship that the children was going to be escorted on, which is a W for the Giants. I can't really say much. It's a real W for the Giants. I like this. Let's go ahead for the Giants. W for Jared and the new Warrior Pirate Giants. Warrior Giants. The new Giant Warrior Pirates. W for them, actually, because this was a pretty impressive attack, making the mission of Summers fail. And his face at the end of the chapter says all about this this attack, because he's like, fuck, they got in the way of my plans. Immediately after, I told Imu that we're done. Immediately after that, they came through and they fucked up the entire plan. So, I'm guessing, of course, that the children will not be escorted anywhere and they will be freed. Now, one thing is for sure. Things are going very smoothly for our side. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is quite frightening to me. Because essentially you would want to have stakes in the arc. You would want to have the risk of, oh fuck, we might not make it. I'm not getting it with this. I'm enjoying it, especially the lower part about Gunko and Brook. I'm really enjoying it. I'm just not convinced about this arc. We're -1 Straw Hat because he's in the lab doing something, which we don't know. We haven't seen Frankie quite a bit. I haven't seen Frankie ever since the mural. We're -1 Straw Hat, and aside from the other Straw Hats that are now free, mind you, but haven't done anything for quite a while, we're good, man. Sanji's coming to the rescue. It's only Robin that is held captive. I think once we deal with Summers, his power's gonna fade away. What will be the obstacle this arc? And you guys know, if you have been following me for a while, You know what I think is going to happen? Um, uh, and probably that is why we do not see Loki and Luffy just yet. Oda's cooking something with them. Now, am I right about my theory of Loki taking back Elbaf to himself, but not helping the Straw Hats? Maybe. Or maybe I'm totally wrong and Imugunko will shit all over everybody. One thing's for sure, I'm not feeling the stakes. I just am not. We're quite strong here. We have three formidable opponents. Three formidable opponents, I'd say that, but not much else. I mean, Killingham is producing these giant monsters, and yeah, they are a force to be reckoned with, just like we said. It took quite a bit of hits to take them down, but they're not the main threat. Okay, and if Luffy can fuck him up, he could send them a lot of or Zoro or Sanji or Frankie or Jinbei. They could fuck these creatures up. Okay, the real threat lies in the hands of these Holy Knights and Emu, or it might be something else. We do not know just yet. It's Oda's gotta up the stakes. Because right now, I'm telling you, maybe I'm saying it too much. Right now, right now, there are no stakes. Actually, not a lot of stakes. The children are free. The other Straw Hats are free, aside from Robin. Luffy's coming up. I don't know what's going on. I actually don't know why Luffy is not up just yet. Oda's clearly doing it on purpose. We might, we just not might, we just have to wait and see. Yeah. By the way, Moju, are you still here? If you're still here, make sure to come on to Twitch, hop on to Twitch in 1 hour to watch me go live with Sammy C and a couple of other fellow creators. We're doing a pretty fun video. No spoilers, no manga. They're only caught up to the last episode of the anime. If you come there, do not spoil anything in the chat. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. think I think I'm good now for this one. Because we did not like read through the actual chapter, because I've really done so earlier. But what we did do is we dissected the chapter, which I like to do. Um, I waited for Manga Plus to come out, the official, but it did not just yet. So I think it's maybe out right now. Double check. Yeah, okay, so now it's out. Let me see. Let me see if there is something that is weird from the translation. Ideally, we don't want to harm vaunted warriors who've earned our respect. Okay, that's basically the same thing as the scan said. First, we need to tell. First, we need to tell me if it's okay if I cut them into pieces. Okay, this is actually more brutal. So you boys managed to unite the giant kind yet? I'm guessing. Yeah. Okay, this is all the same. Go ahead, Roronoa. Okay, brothers. Let's flank them from the sides. Zoro hopping in on everybody's heads. Resource stars, secret art, secret technique, crossing of the six paths. Yeah, this is all like, okay, let's look at the same. Yeah, let's look at Brook in the official. It might be actually the same thing. And push and push and push. He's huffing and puffing. Brook branch, root 8. Push and push and push. Princess Shuri. It's the same thing. Is that you, Princess Shuri? It's the same thing. No, of course not. I know you can't be her. But you look so alike. It reminds me of her. And I couldn't help but check, just in case. But even if you're not the same person, you must be blood relative somehow. Blood relative somehow. If she were still alive, she'd be 80 years old, after all. And she certainly wouldn't recognize me. Not in this state, I'm not. So it's basically the same. Let's read more. But your face, your blue hair, your mismatched eyes, the Holy Land, and your love for my music. All of it aligns perfectly, doesn't it, Princess Shuri? I never wanted to think of you again for the rest of my life. Not, yeah, exactly. Okay, so this is more clarifying. Not the father killing princess, the life you stole away, belong to the man who I owe everything. Yeah, patricidal. Not many people know what that is, but yeah, here it says it more clearly. Not the father killing princess. The life you stole away belonged to the man who I owe everything. Gunko, is the memory coming back? Is thy memory coming back? Brook, run. The rope is wobbling. Ah, free at last. Brook, what did she want to tell him here? No idea. Gunko, how darest thou? And then I'm really tired of reading this freaking ancient English, bro, from Emu. Yikes! It tied it up again. What was that now? What do you mean, Ron? Don't you realize I came to finish what I started? So he must have started a battle between them earlier, right? What I started. He must have tried to get revenge before, right? Or does he mean just now? Just now. I don't know. What in the world are you? Shut thy mouth! Who are thee, Tugunko? And then, yeah, the rest of the chapter is pretty self-explanatory. Hey, Brooke, a suggestion. The next time while you're reacting to the chapter, show what you're reading on the screen. I can't do that. No, I can't do that, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want me to get copyrighted? Before I'm even monetized or anything, my channel gets copyrighted and shit on. Now, I can't really do that, bro. Maybe we'll do something like we'll do a vague kind of background you can see, but you won't be able to read with me. I'm sorry. Okay, this is all I have for you. I hope you guys enjoyed the live reaction of today. Kind of a reaction, kind of a discussion. I'll say it's a discussion. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Hit the like and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on the socials, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. And I hope you had a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Make sure to join the live on Twitch, Sami C, in 1 hour. See you guys.